Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Mortanius, and we are back with some more Ghost of Tsushima on the PS5. Time recording is 12:04 a.m. Monday, July 14th, 2025. And when we last left off, we had came across a trio of brother slavers, the apparently extremely creepy kind, by the base description we've already been given by our friend and associate, Yuna, the thief. And well, as you can see, they got themselves a nice pretty spot staring at the sunrise. Needless to say, it's a beautiful morning. But apparently, children, there's quite a few more heads we need. So if you like what you see, and if you want to see more of me, want to see more of this mystery of Yuna's, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube, both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang up the bell. Follow the links to my Twitch to get to my Discord and my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Azrael, welcome back to the game. Welcome back to the chat. Thanks for stopping through. It's been pretty good around there. How about you? Hmm. Oh, you say your dad got deported? That's cold. Especially if he's been here for long enough for citizenship. That whole aspect of this whole thing is a little mixed with me. On the one hand, I can understand wanting to show up the country, but if you've been here and should have citizenship, or at least went through the processes, or at least went through them now, at this point, you're here. It's obviously more nuanced, but either way, I hope you folks are alright. Say he's been here for like 30 years, huh? So yeah, I mean, basically.
Good news.
Okay. Is it a mission or a hot spring? Oh, he couldn't even apply to get it changed because his dad had changed his birth certificate to a different date. Huh. Wow. And only just managed to get that fixed like a couple months ago. So, any paperwork or changes you want to get done, it's too soon. They might even see it as suspicious. Yeah, you paying for that. Hitting, biting, scratching my horse. I know you feel that way. Well.
Hold still.
Yeah, it is called. So basically,
We need more like you.
if
Go.
your
Be well.
grandfather hadn't changed the information, your father wouldn't have had to deal with this problem, basically. Got a spot in TJ. I can respect that. So it's like, okay, wasn't able to actually solve it immediately, but oh, okay, y'all actually could have solved this years ago. Were you actually aware of it? I'm sorry, it's probably extremely personal. You don't necessarily have to answer these questions, but it is, the more you go, the more curious I get. So, kind of your fault. Yeah.
Send your best warrior.
What was that? Did somebody just die somewhere? Was that? I think that was one of the captains. Yeah, I'm like, who's left? They let me get hit by that? Alright. Nope. Oh, wow. So, no, it wasn't something y'all were even aware of until you actually started going through the repair process. Yeah, I kind of dealt with something like that. I still kind of am in some ways. Weird date nonsense with my birth certificate. It is interesting, to say the least. Now, situation ain't that kind of bad. It's just me having to constantly clarify that certain information has been input correctly for some reason. But beyond that, yeah. Well, that meat's going to waste. Alright, it look like it's ready to come off too. That's a shame. It either is ready to come off or it still needs a bit. Yeah. I mean, it's alright. It doesn't hinder me so much as force me to kill time. More than anything. Cyberpunk 2.3 update. I had heard about it, but no details. Here lately, I've been thinking about picking Cyberpunk up. Okay, it's not out yet. Yeah, you and me both. Okay, so the shrine is over yonder. It's good they still love fixing the game. The way it came out was a travesty. I had heard it was completely and utterly unplayable on Xbox One and PS4. I made it a point that I was not going to touch that game in any iteration until it was at least playable properly. Because I heard it was unplayable on the PS4 and Xbox One. PS5 and Series X were kind of having to deal with a lot of nonsense it shouldn't have been. Until they finally came out with that whole update, I wasn't even looking at Cyberpunk. Which was a shame because I had started to watch a couple of Let's Plays, and from what little I had watched, it was looking real good. Real good. Right up my alley, that kind of game. And I'm like, well, yeah, y'all are gonna have to solve these problems because there's no way I'm throwing coin at this, especially in this day and age where so many of y'all think this is fine. And then it's like I don't know if it's just the devs or the company that they work for or a combination, but like we're in the day and age where this technology should games like Ghost of Tsushima with the visuals, this game should be behind the times. This should be primitive compared to what we have access to. It should be considered pitiful by any comparison. But they're using all of the technology and not putting the proper time into it. They believe that because they have the advanced technology that it should grant them extremely advanced speed. And it does. It's why you can actually make a game in less than 10 years instead of a game like Ghost of Tsushima being so massive it doesn't take half a literal lifetime. But they didn't rush these games out and they put all this extra stuff into it that nobody wants, needs, or even has any inkling that would even be a possibility. Oh, enjoy this skin that isn't just a skin, it also gives you upgrades for your capabilities in a single player game. Oh yeah, obviously rushed. Like you said, had they put in the actual time, what it would look like now would be something. Cyberpunk 2 would already be out. 20, whatever. It would already be out. There wouldn't be a need to keep adding to 2077. There wouldn't be a need. Yeah, they might not be. They might not see Cyberpunk as being done as much as they'd like. But it's also possible that they did plan on incorporating some of those choices into Cyberpunk 2. Well, Cyberpunk's sequel, rather. And just sort of either decided to not lock it all down to this game so far or didn't have as much of a budget to go ahead and create the sequel. So you might as well pack as much as you can into this one, get more people to pick it up, and then see what you can do later on about a supposed budget. There you are. Keep coming across things that either require me to pick them up or kill them. Thought I heard something out there. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if there was more you plan on saying, but yeah, the game has come quite a ways. Quite a ways. It is impressive in its own right. And it's also tragic just because of the simple fact that it should already be the case, kind of thing. Hmm. Now nobody's expecting perfection or anything like that, but like, wow. Yeah, a lot of the owners and shareholders and stockholders and whatnot, they do tend to have more of an effect on games than they really should. And a lot of the times, most of them aren't even gamers, so they have no idea what it is they're really messing with. They're just plucking strings. Yeah, that's good if the new owners want to fix it. It's just one of those irritating things. You hate getting something that's amazing that you didn't do damage to that now you have to do something about. Ooh. Ooh. What the? Okay. It said drop attack. Did they just... Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're not. Hmm. Uh, 20 bucks for mod support for Cyberpunk. Yeah, I can understand it. I keep seeing these little snippets of videos of people running around with this Sandivistan. That kind of thing is right up my alley. Like I said, a while back I got the chance to try the trial. Didn't get to do much, which was upsetting. I wanted to do everything. Wasn't enough time. Felt good. Oh yeah, eventually all gaming is going to go that way. Completely moddable stuff. I'm fine with it. I do hope we don't lose the spirit of gaming and doing it. Because the thing about a story is sometimes that story is going to be confining, and you kind of need to deal with that in order to have the story told properly. Now, once you dealt with it, you're playing the game again or something, modded, you know. But unless what you're doing is like solving an actual like glitch problem, nah. I say leave it be until the time comes. Yeah, if they are using AI, they actually do need to pay.
Going to be all right.
They actually do need to pay these groups back. That's kind of one of these issues that's being talked about
Thank you,
right
my
now
lord.
is
And stay safe.
AI being able to be
Deserves to still be.
potentially compensated for what they do. AI replacing too much information like that. Well, not just information, but like positions. That what was that game? Mecha Break that just came out. Nothing but AI voices throughout the entire game. Nothing but AI voices. Initially, when I heard it was coming out like that, I figured it was gonna be a system that lets you choose your own voice for your mech, and that it, of course, was going to be AI set. Well, not even just your own voice, an actual AI for the game. Like they slip you an in-game version of an actual Cortana or Alexa or something like that. You have to opt in, but you would be opting in more than likely once you accept the terms and conditions like you would already. We are approaching an extremely creepy time. Impressive and creepy. Okay. Anything else to kill? Hmm. Hold up. Am I seeing this right? Now that would actually be a pretty good idea. Paying to use a specific person's voice, or at least their AI model, if they don't have their own voice. Oh, okay. I knew I wasn't tripping. Hmm. Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay for file share. No. That kind of thing always did kill me, charging people for file share and charging people to actually buy the mod. Need you to hold something for me. Oh, Lord. Perfect time for you to have walked up to the door and for that to have been the last walk you ever took. Oh, okay. Actually, sharing the actual AI itself. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
You'll be free soon.
This is a miracle.
Go. Be well.
Definitely have to set limitations to what AI can and can't be sold in certain sectors. Can't really afford to sell military grade AI in the civilian sector for obvious reasons.
But they're the vassals of Lord Empty Stomach and Shogun Monthly Pay.
So, we're not samurai either. But you don't see farmers and fishermen betraying their friends and families.
Maybe they'll come to their senses.
Don't count on it.
Okay then. Conversation that we just missed. Didn't plan on getting stuck on all this extra stuff this early on. Did plan on doing some of it. Well, that was more of a drop than I thought. My bad, dude.
Ready for anything.
Yeah, studios do need to collab more. And that's actually that's actually one of the more fun aspects of the thought. Let game companies collab, and there's the competition. There's the competition. Yeah, Larian, CDPR, and Larian, CDPR, as well as a combination of Arcane for a variation of the Dishonored and Prey series, and Square Enix for Deus Ex. Oh, I'd play a game like that. Throw in From Software for a little bit of Tenchu Dark Souls pain. Yeah, that Resident Evil engine has always been nice. Oop. One is always for optimization. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. But I have been looking for you. All of you.
Lord Sakai,
Yeah,
thanks for coming.
no problem. Yeah, I think From Software reigned Capcom's sort of crazier economic aspects in. Because Capcom has always made good games. Even when they make something irritating, it's always got some good aspect to it. I can see that. How they tied areas into Dark Souls. Or Dark Souls 1, rather.
I hope you understand. This is just a job.
Yep, and that's why you're gonna fail. It is always fun fighting these Ronins. It's also a shame. Y'all should be helping me protect Tsushima. I can respect that you have a need to fill your belly. So does everybody else. What am I registering? Yeah, that was the other thing I was looking for. It's just I've been vibrating ever since I was up on that cliff. Even before seeing the path. Sakai banner. Woo. Deep water don't fail me now. All right. All right. Interesting. Masako is this way. Oh yeah. Now the lore would be something else. Especially if they do it the way like Dark Souls does most of the time. Give you some of that you must defeat the enemy or find this piece of loot to get to your lore.
Who will face me first?
I think Vati Vidya would lose his mind. What? What? Okay. It's always the smart one. It takes the longest. And in the end, dies just as fast. It's so unfortunate. But hey, them's the breaks. All right.
Stand and fight me! Kartin Salakadwe.
Hmm. Okay. So it should actually it could actually have a lot more choice to it, or a lot more effect based on your choices. Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind more games like that. It does require so very much like nuance and detail and like people to be willing to put in that extra time, and that can honestly get frustrating. So like I can't blame companies for not doing it, but I would love to see more games actually do that.
Face me!
Hit us with the your every choice matters and actually mean it again.
Correct shit, nam kom yum.
What the game? Y'all just gonna let him die, huh? Some of the powers you use should only be accessible if you follow a certain outer god. It makes sense. Like how in Dungeons and Dragons you can't follow certain deities or use certain classes. It's not my horse. Where's my horse? My horse has resources and character. Alright. Hit one more of these shrines and then get back to the mission. I was hoping to have been around here faster. Oh yeah, I knew what you were going for. How you were mentioning that you should only be able to have access to certain things following certain like deities and whatnot. It makes sense. That's what I was saying. There's some games that actually do have that as one of their rules. Dungeons and Dragons particularly. Oh, okay. The pillar. You're good so long as you stay there. Kill some Mongols for us. Now. Yuzu Peel. Only for the most resilient and robust blades. That's not bad. Almost every choice you make has consequences. You talking about Baldur's Gate 3? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people seem to like that Divinity series. So yeah, one does hope that the next one is gonna be pretty good. Do you like Divinity Original Sin 2 more than Baldur's Gate, huh? Well, don't worry. We ain't gonna tell nobody. I wonder. Not gonna do it, but not highlighted. Oh, that's good. I ain't gotta worry about getting into some fight. And potentially. Nice. Killing it. Nope. 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 What the? Hit a R2. Bye now. Good man. Oh, that's the route you chose to go. Okay. You ain't even worth healing before killing. Now my little foxy friend. Where'd you go? Deep characters, lore, but classes they don't have much depth to them like they should. Yeah, and you can only have 4 teammates in Divinity Original Sin 2, huh? That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Especially with how all these games seem to be focused on at least 6-man teams. They may be trying to scale things down and make it to where it's more manageable. Like more controlled tactics, like how in Dragon Age Veilguard, it's only 3 teammates you have, or 3 altogether, including yourself. Oh, if your level is high enough, you can, stats are high enough, you can use any spell, and nothing's locked behind classes. Huh. That actually is a shame. Very. Because then the question becomes, what's the point of classes? At least to an extent. They'll be useful early on, not really later. Because you could effectively do everything. Now, unless you can, like, sort of multi-class or something like that, then it's different. But if you can't, then it's like... Well, you know what? Hold on. So in Dark Souls 2, there's a system you can use. There's a dude in the Iron Keep, and he'll make it to where you can use spells and spells and miracles and pyromancies before you should actually be able to use them, stat-wise. But because he does that, it actually weakens the spell overall. I could actually see something like that being the case. I'd be fine with that. It should be a case-by-case basis, and if I so choose, I should be able to sort of undo it. It should cost me resources to undo, but I should be able to undo it. But yeah, I could see something like that, an actual system like that being the choice.
That's my noble.
Oh, okay, so it's actually 4 altogether, including your character. And classes only matter early on. So yeah. That's a shame. Eh. See, I was willing to leave it be. Crazy hard puzzles. That's another one of those things about games like that. Divinity, Original Sin, Baldur's Gate. Some of those puzzles, on the one hand, it's like good that puzzles, but on the other hand, it's like Jesus, that puzzles. That's one of the reasons why you introduce like difficulty sliders with that kind of thing, especially if you have people who aren't really puzzle people. I like puzzles myself, but I don't mess with puzzles like I used to. Toyotama Straw Hat, favored by those who haunt Toyotama's marshes. My bad. Well, that's interesting. Followed the birdie and it's still letting me over here right next to Yuna. Potentially more than 25 endings. That's pretty cool. See, that kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff that adds a lot of replayability. And that's why, like, when I started looking at games like Baldur's Gate and Divinity, and I'm looking at the character creators, games like that, Rogue Trader, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, the amount of detail, the choices you can make, like how much of this is you tying your hands behind your back. It is so interesting the amount of like classes and concepts you can just put together.
Jill.
Oh, okay. So they actually rebalanced the puzzles and a couple of the other issues, huh? That's what's up.
What is it?
A child's doll.
We'll let her remove the hat. It wouldn't be so bad, but it's completely blocking the eyes.
Stained in blood.
The Black Wolf enslaves children?
Yes.
I mean,
And he sells them to the Mamushi brothers.
slavers.
Where is he?
His camp's down this path. But it's crawling with Mongol guards.
Then they will die with him.
I need to be the one to kill the Black Wolf. I had a chance a long time ago. But I couldn't.
I can help you. We'll attack head on. Let him know we're coming.
I want him to feel helpless. Paralyzed.
He will. And by the time we're finished, Baltan will feel the same.
Oh yeah, they gonna learn today. Yeah. She does partly feel guilty, you can tell.
Mongol. If he sees us, he'll warn the others.
Leave it to me.
The Black Wolf's camp is through the trees, on the coast.
Let's go.
Oh. Well, that's gonna be a problem. That flame is gonna cook that corpse, and it's gonna draw a lot of attention, and none of it good.
You know this place well.
Taka and I came here after we left Yarikawa. I thought it was a refuge. I was wrong.
Yeah, it's mostly just because his movements are unusual for what they're used to seeing. They're not used to seeing all these people branch out and have different ways of thinking. Yeah, I'm worried about Yote's story myself. Like I said, I hope they don't. I really hope they don't destroy it. There's great potential, and I really hope that they do not destroy it. See if y'all can go through the camp tanks. Good lord. They went through them. One hopes they won't make it slap, but you know, people can be people sometimes. Okay, I wanted chain assassinations. Nope. Nope.
I don't see the Black Wolf.
The coward likely fled.
He can't get away.
Wait, that Mongol ship offshore. He may be inside.
There is a constant mention of gods in the game, and it is possible he may, at least story-wise, be chosen. Now, whether he's a god or more of an exemplar, or like an extension of what they need a quote-unquote ghost to be, hard to say. Either way, going after him is, you're messing with something that you really don't have an understanding of. Odds are you ain't gonna make it out. And the memory serves, I think like Yote is supposed to be like based like 200-300 years after this. Yeah, it would actually be funny, especially if they decide to merge the Ghost of Tsushima Legends with the story mode, where they're talking about Oni and demons and all of that other stuff. Shaman drum, used during religious ceremonies to aid the shaman in achieving a trance-like state. The sounds of beating drums are often accompanied by call and response shouting and energetic circle dances. One such ceremony involves the Kar Talink, or Black Shaman, whose primary function is to bring people into contact with an on-gone spirit. That is interesting. An on-gone spirit, huh? Yeah, I can see her being considered the god of war since she uses multiple weapons. And I guess he could be considered the god of the sword. Or more the god of the spirit or the god of the shadow or something.
Mongol screams will draw him out.
Their deaths will summon him. That was interesting. I even hit the button. No. Handle that.
Whatever you think I've done, Altan forced me.
You enslaved children!
No,
You've done it for 20 years! You held me and Taka captive. Sold us to the Mamushi slave farm.
Taka. He was my favorite. But the way I remember it, you brought him to me.
I didn't know.
Yuna, he's yours. Are you alright?
Let's get off this boat. Burn it.
How about we make sure he ain't got somebody else in there first? Well, never mind.
Until see this and know we're coming, he'll be forced to act.
Jin. What the Black Wolf said was the truth.
What do you mean?
I met him when we came to Otsuna. He offered me food and a place to stay. I asked if I could bring my brother. He got us drunk. And then... Taka doesn't remember. But I do. I was frozen. I could have killed him. Saved Taka. But I was too scared.
It's not your fault. Because of you, he'll never hurt another child.
I need some time. I'm going back to the inn.
I'll see you there.
Yeah. Say regardless of whether he was forced or not, you'd rather have died. I can understand that sentiment. Same one I have. Not everybody feels the same though, unfortunately. And some people would say, well, that's horrible, but maybe the best thing I can do is buy time until I can actually kill him and make sure that nobody else can replace him. And they wouldn't entirely be wrong, but they most definitely wouldn't entirely be right either. If ever there was a gray area conversation, that would be one right there. Yeah. Tremor Shadows. I already got one. Now, when I say gray, I mean in terms of being a slaver, not the whole diddling thing. That was, yeah, you might as well have took yourself out with that one. But the whole slaver thing, as unfortunate as it is, you might have no choice but to make one of those choices to get close enough to kill them all. It's been done before. You know, there are even movies on it. Fiction and non-fiction. Well, here's the thing. They wouldn't need you that bad to do the job. They'd get you to do the job specifically so that you had blood on your hands. So if something came up, say a cop or whatever, you couldn't exactly say you were innocent because, oh, looky, you got some on you too. It happens all the time. It is a very normal thing. People do it with other little things too. if you're out and about, sometimes you might be somewhere. Somebody might tell you, if you want to stick around here, drink this, smoke this, or leave. And some people they don't trust, and to an extent, it's understandable. But at the same time, it's like they're playing a, if I'm going down, I'm not going down by myself game. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not even a scapegoat situation. It's more of a, instead of me getting 100% punishment, how about I spread the love a little bit? You're gonna get some, and you're gonna get some. It's like Oprah. You get some prison time, and you get some prison time, and we all get some prison time. Yay! Nope, I do not know Dr. Doom's evil plan. But usually, Pinky, is to rule the world. I wasn't finna have us both go through it again, buddy. Nah, y'all good. Rule the world and make it a utopia so no one has the backstory to defeat him. I could see it. In order for them to not have the backstory to defeat him, they have to have no reason to have a backstory that gives them a reason to end up as his enemy. They'd have to live a perfect life, which means life would have to somehow be perfect, which means he'd have to make life perfect for all beings, or wipe out whatever he considered to be a threat and left other people untouched. That second one seems like something he'd do. Thing is, as much as it seems like something he'd do, he'd more than likely switch up just for the simple fact that, well, what is a ruler without subjects? If you don't have people you can command, what are you really ruling other than yourself? Oh, I know he rules Latveria, and Latveria is surprisingly tame, but he's also enforced that. It's one of those don't argue with me or you'll end up dead and I'll just replace you kind of places. You ladies upstairs or in the next room? I guess there's no next room. Upstairs. Okay. Alright, dear. Time for me to track mud all over your inn. Well, that's freaky. Okay, so you come in, you got yourself the well, which is, wonder what those bamboo sticks are for, but you got yourself the well. Come into the right. Odds are this is where she tends to stick around. Nope, actually no, it's too spacious. It wouldn't make sense. But in the end, it's for the sake to make sure to make the world better so no one has the reason to defeat and no one country starts off necessarily great. I mean, still bad. Yeah, it's because he took away choice. It's one of those unfortunate things when you take away people's choice, you Unfortunately, you turn us all into drones, and nobody wants drones as people living lives. Nobody wants people as drones living lives. It doesn't make sense. You might as well just get drones. So you have that large open area which has the fire pit, main door, kitchen. Huh. So where does she stay? Okay, I guess she might stay in that big open area generally. Or in the kitchen.
What happened?
Oh, it would have to be manipulated so it's perfect. It would have to require constant manipulation. Because there's always a chance that some anomaly pops up. And that's usually how a lot of them are. I'm doing this for the greater good. The ends justify the means. And it's like, well, you say that, but then when I pop up and then my ends have different means, now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. Okay.
Altan got our message.
This was his answer.
Yep.
He said to meet him at a camp near the Kushi border.
He'll pay for this. We will bring him to justice.
You've brought nothing but death.
It is our duty to exact revenge. We'll take it from Altan or die trying.
That's the duty of a samurai. Yuna's just a thief. And thieves have no honor.
We'll make this right. I swear.
Your promises are just like you. Worthless.
Let's get the horses.
Who? I could definitely understand her issue. While she gave us information knowing we weren't going to leave things alone. She was probably hoping we would deal with this problem before Altan came here. Delta Rune? No. I don't think I've heard of it, honestly. I might have and just probably heard of it as something else, but I don't know.
You know we're riding into a trap.
I know, but I owe it to Ichi.
Our focus has to be Altan. Whatever happened between you and her, it can't get in the way.
You don't understand. Ichi was a slave at the Mamushi farm. It's where we met. She looked out for me and Taka. Shielded us from the worst. She's the reason we escaped.
She chose to do that. You don't owe her anything.
That's not all of it. We swore to get out of that place together. One moment, we were all running. The next, Ichi was screaming. And I kept running. I abandoned her, Jin. I owe her my life.
Mixed bag.
You were right to run. I saw what kind of men those brothers were. If you tried to fight them, they would have killed you.
Is running part of the samurai code?
You ain't a
children.
samurai. Y'all are children.
Sometimes running is the only way to survive. What's done is in the past. You have to let go of your guilt. It will only get in the way when we face Altan.
I don't let anything get in my way.
Now, I don't blame her feeling. I don't get behind Jin's whole thought process. She chose to do that. You don't owe her anything. No, you don't owe her anything. But nor did she owe you sacrifice. You should at least respect that sacrifice. You don't spit in the face of a sacrifice, especially like that. Apparently you do, though, huh, Jin? But in the end, she had no choice. The brothers would have killed her. Probably did things with what was left of her. Now, I can understand Ichi's issue. Because it's like we said we would get out of here together, and then here I am actually relying on you. And, well, you just folded like wet origami. Thank you. Now I'm finna get far worse than I would have got had I just left the situation alone. Say, but at least you and your brother are out, right? Right. As much as she more than likely don't regret helping them, she more than likely does regret trusting them. And I can't blame that. Can't exactly blame Yuna's fear, but you can't blame Ichi's potential lack of trust. When she put her existence on the line for Yuna last time, it did not pan out well. Well, it did pan out well for Yuna and Taka. Those are the only ones that panned out well for. Oh, that's a shame. Nope. What was that? Nope. You can hold that. You got it? She was the type to sacrifice herself to save him. Yeah, she was. That's why she did sacrifice herself to save him. She just, like I said, I don't think she took issue with helping. I just don't think she expected Yuna to fold like that. Not when she knew what was going to happen if she did. She was obviously a kid and she didn't expect much more than that. But if they had made it this far, she was like, we're at the end of the race. Like, how could you do this to me? And we're at the wire, and I trusted you with the nuclear launch codes, and how dare you? The second somebody came in here and asked for him, you gave him up. I even told you how to deal with them in case they came asking. You've seen it work 12 times before. This is time 13. The last time we need it. That was interesting. Came out and sort of slid across the ground because I had grabbed that. That was pretty cool. I think I interrupted myself. Yuna, out the way. And of course now it doesn't want to work right. Ish. Kind of. Says it goes really dark after chapter 2, huh? It sounds interesting. Might have to check it out. I'm always up for a dark game or a horror game or something like that. Thinking about it, I think Dead Space would be a fantastic addition to my collection.
Brought with him.
But where the bastard's hiding?
Just fight me! Kids!
Oh, okay. Outside the gate again? What? Oh yeah, I know what you meant. I know you were talking about like dark in terms of tone and like psychology, not so much like visually. The story gets more gritty as it goes, is what you're saying. Game constantly telling me how to fight. I know how to fight. I like using other styles on enemies. It's fun. It allows me to see what I can do with those styles. Plus some stances just look better.
Altan! I can cut down your men all day!
Jin, someone's coming.
Oh no. Mentioning Dead Spaces was just more in terms of like the atmosphere, the horror atmosphere, the madness, the psychology.
It's him!
Altan.
With another pack of dogs.
Altan. Face judgment for your crimes.
You cannot judge me. You murdered your own people.
The Mamushi brothers and the Black Wolf are traitors.
Is that your excuse? Your reason to become the ghost and kill? No wonder the Straw Hat Ryuzo turned on you.
Enough! It's time to finish this.
Setting aside what potential truths you may have to say, all you're doing is giving me more reasons to kill you. You understand this? Yep. Take them last moments. You're gonna need them.
You do what you need to survive. And yet you despise others for doing the same.
Oh, so you need slaves. Oh.
I kill in service of the great peace.
Trying to let him talk.
You kill in service of yourself.
No more lies, Zoltan. I know what you are.
If you're smart, you leave. But you're not smart, are you? What was that? Come on. I want to check something. Come on. No. Oh, you can't just outright block. That's funny. Oh yeah, I might have to check it out. It sounds pretty interesting. Deltarune. So what are we doing here? Oh, Ichi. I'm like, do I need to take Altan's head? It is what it is. It's right now. Interesting.
You killed Altan. But our people know what you did to the others. Now they're afraid the ghost will come for them next.
Good people have nothing to fear from me.
That is not logic I'd use. I understand where you're going with it, but people are people. You can't afford to play that game. If you flip it and we use modern day thinking, let's just say some groups would say if some people from some races weren't a problem, they wouldn't have anything to worry about, would they? Some sexes weren't a problem, they wouldn't have anything to worry about, would they?
What do you believe, Ichi? Are we monsters?
I think you did what you had to. Goodbye, Yuna.
Don't let what Ichi said bother you.
I don't want our own people afraid of me.
You can't expect everyone to understand what you're doing, or why.
No. But I wonder if I've crossed the line.
If we have. We are on the right side of it.
You hope, Yuna. You know, it's interesting, there are quite a few people who actually think slavers are on the right side of thinking as well. Crazy as that sounds. Yeah, understandable. It's understandable that people would be frightened if he just started killing, because they have no idea what his ethics are. And then, sure, they may have a few like ideas. The ghost only goes after the guilty. Well, what constitutes guilty? So, like, is he guilty because is he guilty as far as the ghost is concerned because he stole vegetables? Because stealing vegetables is obviously a crime, but depending on where you take them, say from the military gardens or the gardens of, say, a member of the shogunate, or maybe Lord Shimura's garden, that might get you killed. You're messing with royalty. You're messing with power, right? That might get you killed. What kind of thief, what kind of criminal are they considered to be? How guilty are they considered? And if they are considered to be guilty, quote unquote, how far does the ghost go? Nobody's actually seen. Nobody's seen it all. All they've seen is that he seems to go after the guilty. But what they've also seen is that there seems to be individuals among the Japanese that he goes after that seem to be guilty. Which means he doesn't discriminate. That's good to an extent, but then the question again becomes, how far will he go? They don't know. They can't see. And Yuna, she is not a help. She is nothing but a psychological enabler. If we are crossing the line, we're on the right side. If it makes you feel better, doesn't it, hon? We may be on the right side. It's hard to say. But you say that because you are not you are not willing to acknowledge the alternative. It is too uncomfortable for you to acknowledge that maybe we've gone too far. And the reason why is simply because you want to win. And that is how, unfortunately, a lot of y'all are. That is... It said people. Oh shit, I mean potatoes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's quite a few instances like that. There's quite a few instances like that. And it's understandable that they have no idea. Oh, I did not want to equip that. No idea what he sees is morally wrong, because it's like, if they know what he sees is morally wrong, then they could potentially use it against him. Like, think about it. What if Ryuzo sees what what I see as morally wrong? He could use that against me, bait me into a trap and get me killed. There could go Tsushima. That's basically what Koten Khan has been doing. He's been trapping the samurai because he knows how they think. Oh yeah, yeah. The power of the potato has been underestimated for quite a while. But at the same time, there are also quite a few who do see its value, so yeah. There's that at least. Good Lord. Talk about up early in the morning, taking out the trash. Yeah, there was no way for that to go any other way except bloody. But that's fine. I'm not concerned. Slavers, all of those kinds of people, and people who play the games that they were playing, yeah, no, it is what it is. You've obviously been here too long. Let me go ahead and help you out with it. Let me go ahead and sit you down real quick. Go ahead and set your ass in the grass. It's amazing people like that live as long as they do. But then there's always the crazies who supply them. It's unfortunate, but there's always going to be a need for labor. And not everybody's willing to pay proper prices for it. But they're willing to go through a whole insane tirade of controlling somebody's life literally to the point of it being extremely hazardous to their health and to yours if anybody ever finds it out. It makes no sense to just pay them properly. No. Let's set up a whole bunch of nonsense that costs far more, that wounds the soul, and that draws attention to us. We'll be alright. Why should we concern ourselves anyway? If we don't, somebody will, so it might as well be us, huh? There's always those people too. That is a path. Why leave it like that? That is interesting. I wonder if it was always like that or if they just did that recently. It's just sort of disruptive, especially if you need to get through there with say wounded individuals or something, a message, resources, whatever. So in the end, Yuna remembers, but Taka managed to repress it, I guess, unfortunately and fortunately. In this day and age, therapy is not a thing that even exists, so they wouldn't even conceive of the possibility of doing something about it like that. Their therapy was killing him, and I can't blame it. Well, killing them all, to be honest. But yeah, I can't blame it at all.
The Mongol general, Kotu. Seiyo Kotu. And you just took over Castle Shimura. What's the first thing you do?
I don't know. Maybe raid the food stores. I bet Lord Shimura has preserved macarons stored away. Noodles. Octopus.
Oh, and sake. The Jito look like a drinker. I drink him dry, eat my fill, then wipe my ass on Clan Shimura's banner.
If you were Khotun Khan.
Right. If I was Khotun.
Won't let them touch me.
Yeah.
My life first.
Well then, if you're serious, you better be serious. Because they are serious. You don't invade a country regardless of what you will do to the people or won't do to the people. You don't invade a country if you ain't serious about being there.
I don't want to die.
You might wage war and might leave the civilian population alone, might not do anything along those lines that's messed up, but if you're willing to cross the boundaries of who knows what and start killing, you might not want to be messing with these people and their chances. It's not at all to say that they'd be willing to do something like this. It's the farthest thing from. It's the whole, if you're willing to go to 10 with such a thing as life and death, you're willing to go to 10 potentially with a lot. And it doesn't have to have that factoring in at all. As a matter of fact, I think that would factor in like an extremely low percentage. But it's all about line crossing. If you're willing to cross these kinds of lines, you're willing to cross quite a few. Again, war does not have to have any connection to that at all. And again, a lot of the times it doesn't. It's just lines, boundaries, barriers, so on and so forth.
I believe he can cut Mongol leaders' throats. But that he drops out of the sky to kill them? No.
The ghost can fly.
No one can fly. Not even the Mongols.
How else do you explain it? Koji swears he saw it. Dropped right out of the sky, killed him, and then vanished.
Maybe he's just very, very fast.
The ghost can fly.
All right. The ghost can fly.
Well, to be fair, the ghost can drop. But, yeah, no, not fly. It is interesting determining what a meat brick can actually do, though. That that was news to Jin in quite a few ways. He was not expecting that. We all knew better. We've seen things before. Things with outsiders and typhon and moon crashes. But that's funny. I was just about to clock out myself. Thanks for stopping through, Azriel. Check you out in another one. But that's gonna be the end of episode 26 of Ghost of Tsushima on the PS5, folks. If y'all like what you see and want to see more of me, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube, both.
I'll get off Tsushima.
Drop a comment.
So you'll find someone to take you.
I can't go by myself.
And somehow you're going to make it to the Mongol fleet without being seen?
It's the only way.
Where will you go? The Mongols rule China and Koryo. They've taken everything.
The mainland. Haven't reached it yet.
They'll be there soon enough. Need to find some wood.
Like I was saying, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube, both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links to my my Twitch to get to my Discord and my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. This is actually a pretty crazy episode.